You may have heard of Code Interpreter, ChatGPT's newest release that has come out, and it has completely changed the game when it comes to creating content for your business. And it changes it because it actually builds a little program within a program. So it's like Inception in a way.
Very impressive.
You're talking to a program that builds a little program inside of itself, and it allows you to upload stuff in there and use ChatGPT in a way that you may have never thought of using it before. And today we're going to cover 4 amazing ways to use ChatGPT's Code Interpreter to make profit in your business. Most people are using ChatGPT's Code Interpreter so that they can actually do coding, right? That's what's called Code Interpreter. It allows you to actually have it write code and execute code all right inside ChatGPT's chatbot. But we're going to take those capabilities, hack them, turn them on their head, and use it for something that maybe is a little unexpected. You may think that this is a tool that's just for programmers and techies, but you'd be wrong. Code Interpreter is being used for a whole variety of use cases, from business to stock trading, even art and design. More important than that, people are using it to help them to make money real quick. So I just want to show you some examples of what Code Interpreter is being used for. And they're just way too cool not to show this to you today. But this person made an entire game with the help of Code Interpreter. So you can see here an example. It actually is a working game that runs inside ChatGPT, and he built this all inside Code Interpreter. So this one here, you can take images and turn them into a text file with Code Interpreter. This one here, they actually turned Code Interpreter into a QR code creator. Here's a guy over here. This is another case study. He fed an Excel file of San Francisco crime statistics. So he found a database of San Francisco crime statistics, uploaded it into Code Interpreter, and it gave him a comprehensive breakdown, including charts, graphs, and even a heat map showing crime throughout the city. Pretty crazy. This guy over here fed it UFO sightings. So he fed it found a database of UFO sightings, uploaded it to Code Interpreter, and it got to give him a little heat map of showing where the most sightings are for UFOs across America. I could go on all day long about all the crazy things people are doing with Code Interpreter, but for now, let's focus on how you can use it to help you in your business. I know many of you have asked me of different ways to use AI to help you with search engine optimization or ranking in Google. It's kind of the shortcut for that. How do you get your site to rank in the various search engines? Of course, Google being the biggest one. Now, one way is that you can use Code Interpreter to help you do your SEO. A lot of people are getting keyword data and feeding it into Code Interpreter for insights and analysis. What I'm going to be showing you here is how to use Code Interpreter along with Google's Keyword Planner. Now, Keyword Planner is a tool that you just go into Google. You do need a Google Ads account. So in Google Ads, you don't even need to be paying for ads. You just need to have an active Google Ads account in order to use it. So what we're going to do is we are going to do some keyword research. We're going to go with managing remote teams. Type our keyword in. Get results. So down in this little window here, you can see there's 108 keywords, okay? And we can select them all and we can save them to create what's called a keyword plan. So we've got one keyword plan that we are creating. So we've got all 108 keywords in there, and we're going to keep going. We're going to broaden our search, and we're going to go, that's interesting. We can come here and we can keep adding. See how we can keep adding these concepts and keep broadening our search, and we're getting more and more and more results. Get results. Okay, so now we have 948 keyword ideas. So let's select all 948, add them all to the plan. View saved keywords. And there we go. We have 948 keywords. So now what we can do is we can download them. So we now have our keyword plan with 948 keywords. And we're going to say we're going to download into a CSV. Step 1 is now complete.
Phase 1 of our plan is complete.
We have a list of 948 keywords, and we're ready to now go to ChatGPT and use Code Interpreter to come up with an SEO plan. We'll head over here to ChatGPT, and what you want to do is make sure that you have under GTP4, you select Code Interpreter right there. And if for any reason Code Interpreter, you're not seeing it here, you do need one of their paid plans. It's $20 a month. And if it's not turned on, you can come down here, click on the little 3 dots, go to Settings, Beta Features, and you can activate it right there, okay? Once we know we're in Code Interpreter and we're ready to go, we can go on to the next step. And we're gonna write a prompt. And we're going to say, you are SEO expert. I am uploading a list of keywords from Google Keyword Planner. Please read the entire list and let me know what these keywords are about. Okay, and then we're going to come over here, click the little plus. We're then going to upload. Let's go over to our downloads directory, upload the keyword list. So when this little green, see the little symbol right there? That means it's working on code. And so it'll actually tell you that it's having trouble reading the file. Okay, so what we're gonna do here, let me open up the file itself. And I see right away what's wrong, okay? So here is the file that we've opened up. It is not a standard file, so I'm gonna delete all of this extra stuff from the top. Just delete it all. We're going to save it, and then we're gonna try again. Try this file, and we're gonna take out, I didn't realize it, I forgot that it puts all that junk in there. Okay, here we go. Now it's doing its thing. So it's examining the most common words in the keyword. So it's actually now it's breaking down and looking for the most common words it finds in the keywords, and it's going to give us some data about what it finds. So it's figured out it's about team management and especially with remote working context. So it's given us its data about what it's found. And now what we can do is we can guide it from here. Can you come up with more keywords related to this topic that we might have missed? So now we're getting a list of keywords that Google Keyword Planner would have never found. Google Keyword Planner would have never found these lists. Please continue with this list and create a comprehensive long list of every keyword you can think of related to this topic. We'll see how long of a list we get. So now it's doing that brainstorming work where now it's looking contextually, not just like a straight keyword match like Keyword Planner does or most keyword tools, but it actually is doing this in a contextual fashion where it understands the meaning of the searches and it understands what the search intent is of somebody searching for these things. So it's come up with about 50, 60 more keywords that we hadn't thought of before. That you can keep adding back to that list, and it's going to find stuff that normal keyword research tools would never find. This is gold. And this is something that I think a lot of people are overlooking. They're going to other keyword tools that just do like matches. So they'll match the words and the phrases and try to find more keywords based on those matches. Whereas here with ChatGPT, what it is doing, it's taking the overall context and the search intent of what people are looking for to come up with new and different and better keyword phrases to add to our plan. Are there any other related phrases or topics that might have the same search intent? We can get it to go a little broader. So now we can tell it to please take all these ideas and all these keywords and extend and create extensive list of additional keywords we can target. Okay, so now we've come up with several other topics. It still has the same search intent. We're building this massive list of keywords, basically, is what we're doing here. So we're building a gigantic list of keywords. And you could spend quite some time digging deeper and deeper, extending your keyword list bigger and bigger and longer to be really, really comprehensive. And if you do that, you're going to have kind of a keyword strategy or a keyword plan that is going to be way more robust than your competitors. It's going to find phrases that the competitors aren't targeting because they're using traditional keyword tools that are not finding a lot of these niche keywords that have the same search intent or the same concepts behind them, but they're being missed by your competitors because they're not using these tools. So we're going to tell it to please take all the keywords you came up with above and combine them with all the keyword phrases in the file I uploaded. Please save all these keywords into a single CSV file for me to download. So now it's working. This is where Code Interpreter comes in. Code Interpreter now is firing up. It's actually writing custom code on the fly while we're watching to combine all these keywords together, put them in one single file, and then it's going to give us a file that we can download. And that file should contain all of the keywords that we just came up with. So now we could download that file. We could use it in pay-per-click marketing campaigns. We could use it for our search engine optimization. We can use it for helping guide our content. But I'm going to take it one step further, and we're going to download our keyword list. Okay, so let's take a look at it. So we've got all of these different phrases. And what we're going to do is we're going to ask it, please do an analysis of every keyword in this new file you created. Please break this down into relevant categories based upon the user's search intent to create groups of similar content. Okay? So we're now telling it to take the new combined list, do an analysis, and then create categories for us. It's saying we have a file we can download. It's going to now include all of the categories. So let's download that, open it up. And so it does look like there are gaps in the categorization. So let me try this. Please use more comprehensive strategies to categorize every keyword into a relevant group. Do not leave any out. So it skipped some of them, I noticed in the file. And so it's now going to finish that. And we have one last step I'm going to show you to finish your SEO plan. We're now going to ask it for what are the relevant words and phrases that we should use in our content. So let's say you're targeting the keyword phrase, managing a remote team. Well, Google expects that you're going to talk about certain things. You're going to use certain phrases in your content. And if you don't, they won't rank you, right? So this is called LSI, latent semantic indexing. That's what that's called. And it basically means Google is going to look at any piece of content that you write, and they're going to look for these LSI keyword phrases because that indicates that you know what you're talking about. You're an expert or somebody familiar with the topic. We're going to ask ChatGPT to give us our list of LSI keywords. So I'm going to ask it for every keyword phrase that we're going to target, what are relevant related LSI keywords? And we're going to have it sticking into a separate column in the spreadsheet that it has created for us. And then we have a master plan that we can download. We can do all of our articles, blog posts, SEO ranking work based upon that. And we'll have a complete plan. So let's do that final step. We'll do that now. Now, please find the LSI keyword phrases we need to use for every keyword. Add a third column to the spreadsheet and put all the relevant LSI keyword in that third column. Let's see if this works. It's very interesting. I've never had it tell me it can't do LSI keywords before. Okay, there we go. So it's now doing that for us. So it gave us an example. So I can tell the example is going well. It did what I wanted it to do. So it's showing us an example of what the file is going to look like. Please continue this process for every single keyword and add them to the file. What it's going to do at this point is give us our keyword phrase, what category it's in, so we know how to categorize it, and then we're going to have a column that contains all of our related thematic keyword phrases that we need to use in our content. So we're going to download our file. I'm going to open it up. So you can see we've got our main keyword phrase, the category that it's in, and then the LSI related words that we want to use. Pretty cool, right? So this becomes our new plan. And we've a couple of things that we did here that are really, really powerful. We found relevant keywords that our normal keyword tools would never find. Then we organized all of those keywords from the keyword planner we got from Google, plus the keywords that ChatGPT found. We put them all together. Then we found related relevant phrases, the words that Google expects to see when it's going to be ranking our web pages. Put it all into a file, and then we were able to download it. Now that's powerful. So you actually have everything you need to then properly execute an SEO plan and write your content based on that. Pretty awesome, right? So that was just use case number one. Let's keep going deeper.
Go deeper, deeper.
Use case number two is a research assistant. Now, unlike regular ChatGPT, Code Interpreter has a lot more helpful because it allows you to upload files. So this means you can feed it really big text files that it's going to be able to read and understand. And if you know in normal ChatGPT, there are limits. You can if you paste a big old giant block of text and try to send it to ChatGPT through the chat panel, it breaks. It just doesn't work with really, really large blocks of text.
Warning, input overload.
But now you've got a workaround. Once we've uploaded the files, we can get summaries. We can ask it to summarize the information. We can ask questions about the text. We can find specific quotes out of the text. And this opens the door for some powerful, profitable content to be generated. So now all you have to do is give Code Interpreter the text file one time. Instead of having to break it into 50 different pieces, today for our demo, I actually have a transcript that we're going to get. So I'm going to take a YouTube podcast by neuroscientist and health guru Andrew Huberman. You may have heard of him. And we're going to go to one of his podcasts on the subject of water intake, of drinking water and how that relates to health. And we're going to actually use it, and we're going to download the transcript, and then we're going to use it as a research assistant to help us get information out of this transcript. Here is Andrew Huberman's video, and you can see here it is a 2 hour and 22 minute video. So I don't have 2 hours and 22 minutes to watch the whole thing, but let's say I was in this niche market and I was in the health market and I wanted to be able to see if there's anything useful in this podcast that I could talk about in my business. Now, I'm not going to copy him. We're not doing plagiarism. We're not going to do anything unethical. But what we can do is use his podcast for inspiration. So what you're going to do, once you've gone to YouTube, you just see the 3 dots right here down below. You click these 3 dots, and we're going to say show transcript. You see here over on the side, we've got our transcript. Now, often you'll see the transcript shows up with timestamps like this. This is by default. You'll see when you show the transcript, you'll see the timestamps. And it's kind of annoying to try to copy it with the timestamps here. So instead, you just click these 3 dots and say toggle timestamps, and the timestamps go away. But look at this, we can drag and we can actually copy the entire thing. Quite a lot of text, right? Copy it. We're going to open up Notepad or any text editor. We're going to paste it in here, and then we're going to save it. Okay. Now, I happen to have prepared this already. I have a file already prepared, but we would save that, and that's step 1. Next, we're going to go to ChatGPT. We're going to use Code Interpreter. So we go over here to GTP4, just like before, click on Code Interpreter. We've got a prompt here that I'm going to be putting in. Basically, we're telling it what we're going to do, and it says it understands. So now we're going to upload our file, and so we're going to go here, Huberman water video right there, okay? And we're going to send it. Yeah, it gives us a little summary of the podcast. And so now what we can do is we can ask it questions about this. Please give me a outline step by step of what he covered in his podcast. And it's then going to analyze all of the text, and it's going to give me a list of what he covered in his podcast. This will give us the quick view and quick understanding of what he covered during the show. And here we go. Here's our outline. It's telling us step by step what it covered. We have 13 steps that it covered. And it helps me, I could quickly understand a 2-hour podcast by reading through these 13 steps. And then we could actually look in and see how could we actually generate content with this. I've got another prompt here that I'll be sharing this prompt with our paid customers of Push Button AI. We're going to pop this in here, and we're asking it for 6 action items that you could apply based on this. Now what we could do is we could actually use this as an outline for our own content. We can also grab some quotes. And so what I'm going to say now is give me quotes from Huberman on each one of these points. So now it's giving us quotes. In this case, what I could do is I could take the quotes from Huberman, take that 6-part outline that it gave me, and I could create a video script. So let's say I'm in the health and nutrition and fitness sort of market. I can now take that. I'll tell ChatGPT to create a video script for me to use for my own videos. So in addition to that, we could ask it to create a blog post. Please combine your outline above of the 6 points with the quotes you pulled from the transcript and write a detailed article explaining all these points. Good content too. Water is fundamental to our existence. It nourishes our bodies, aids in digestion, and plays a crucial role in cognitive and physical performance. Andrew Huberman, see, what we're doing here is we are fully quoting him. It's going to go through all 6 of these points, and it's going to do a conclusion. So we now have an article. Create a list of frequently asked questions that would be relevant to this topic and their answers. So this is even more content. So what we would do is now we can create a blog post. We would take this content right here, we would combine it with the frequently asked questions and have one powerful blog post. Any kind of long form content that's too big to fit into ChatGPT's normal way of doing things, you can now upload, use it as a research assistant to pull data out of that material. Whether you're uploading it because you want to learn about it and you just don't have the 2+ hours to consume the podcast, do it for your personal use. Or if you're doing it because you want to create content, then it's going to use those materials as the source article to then create new materials that you can use in your business. And let's say you're using social media. Right? Let's say you're over on Twitter, soon to be X-Twitter. Quick little prompt here. We're going to write a Twitter thread. It's actually creating a Twitter thread for you that you can go post in social media to get engagement and interest in your social media properties. And again, whether it's a blog post, you could create your own ebook, you could create all kinds of things using this strategy. And boy, is this powerful. Use case number 3 of Code Interpreter is insane. So you can actually upload a picture or upload a video straight into ChatGPT's Code Interpreter, and it can help them edit videos. Like if you upload it, it'll help you edit it. You want to upload a picture and turn it black and white? No problem. You want to upload a picture and transform it in different ways? No problem. And it can even work with audio files. So it's not just limited to videos and images, but you can also do audio files as well. So now, don't get me wrong, it's not going to help you create like Hollywood style feature length movies, but it will help you with the basic stuff, and it's going to save you a lot of time. Taking an image and changing it from color to black and white, taking an image and turning it into a video, and so on. We can rotate it. We can turn it into a video file and even crop it. The person fed it a picture. Like that video was created from a single picture. So they made this picture in another AI tool called Midjourney, and then they fed it into Code Interpreter and turned it into a video by having it zoom out like that. Another person actually had it edit audio. So here's this, they're talking about how it will trim, like combining and trimming and editing audio files for you. So you can see what it looked like before, and then they trimmed out the gaps automatically through Code Interpreter. Here's somebody that took a image, they took just a standard image, and they turned it into an animated GIF and a video. So you can see they took just a plain old image and created this animated effect on it using Code Interpreter. This is Bodhi, by the way. So he sometimes comes on the show. If you guys have seen him, he makes a rare appearance on the show, but there he is there. So he is going to be our test subject for today. I'm going to upload an image, and I need your help editing it. Do you understand? Okay, so now we're going to upload Bodhi. So now we can say, please turn this photo black and white. There we go. There's Bodhi black and white. Flip it upside down. And there's Bodhi there. Make an animated GIF of this image while slowly zooming in. Now here's the GIF here. So let's, we'll download it so we can look at it separately. So let's take a look. There it is. So it zooms. As you can see, some of the basic things we did with editing it, that you can then use it in not just an animated image, but you can convert those into an MP4 when ChatGPT wants to cooperate. It helps with a ton of different design stuff with image and video editing capabilities. And all of this is really just in its infancy. So I can't wait to see what other kinds of amazing things that are going to be coming down the pipeline. Now let's get down to number 4. So this is automatic bulk blog creation. You might know it can be useful to do batches of blog posts. Each article different and unique in its own way, but created in bulk. So this is something that is used a lot, especially for businesses that do business in multiple cities. So as an example, today, there's a common search phrase, dog training in, and then a city. That's an example of what we're going to do today. So you can imagine people all across America and the world searching for dog trainers in their area. Now, you couldn't, if you just sat and made, let's say you picked the top 50 cities in America and you made carbon copies of the same article, but you just changed the name of the city, right? That stuff isn't going to rank today. That might have worked 10 years ago, and it might have fooled Google then, but it won't work now. Each article must be its own unique piece of content with relevant, valuable data that the user will actually find interesting and useful. Remember, Google wants helpful content that helps the user. And so we need to be able to still batch create blog posts like you used to be able to do 10 years ago and get them to rank fairly easily. You just can't do that today until now, because with Code Interpreter, we can. So here's our prompt, and we're basically telling ChatGPT we wanted to create an interesting article style. So we're telling it to create basically like a template for writing blog posts. So we wanted to write a blog post that includes a minimum of 12 headings, has subheadings, the outline should be extensive, and this is like a template we're asking it to make for us. So we're going to submit that. And then now when we have that outline, so it's busy doing its thing. So there's its outline. And we're going to say one simple thing. So we're going to be using Code Interpreter. This is very interesting what I'm about to do. So we now have a template. But what we're going to do is we're going to convert this template into a text file and then re-upload it back into ChatGPT. So we've got our text file here. So we can download that outline and it's right there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to then feed that back to itself. Take that file along with this little prompt. We're going to send it. So now we're going to give it a file of city names. So we're going to attach our spreadsheet of cities. So let's see, it should be under city names. Where is our, there we go. So this is a list of the most populated US cities. And we're going to say, understood. So it now has our template and it now has a list of cities. It's got everything we need to write our bulk blog posts, okay? ChatGPT can be temperamental. So we're going to paste this prompt in and hopefully it works right for the first time, but it can be temperamental. So what we're telling it now is we're asking it to write compelling blog posts, okay? And it's going to make a unique blog post for each and every one. So we're saying everything we want for our article writing, we're reminding it about how we want it to write. We're saying that we want professional, we want it unique. We're asking it for a size of 2,000 to 4,000 words, but very rarely does it actually follow these instructions. So just be aware that we've put that in there to try to encourage it to write longer, but we'll see how it does. There we go. There's our first blog post. So now we can actually go through our list. All we have to do is keep telling it to go to the next one. And if you don't like the template, like let's say the template, you can adjust your template. You can go back a step and adjust the template if you don't like what's coming out. And now after each one, we'll just say, go to the next one, and then go to the next one, and go to the next one.
Next. What's next?
And you're going to have all the content you need to then post 50, 100, 500 blog posts, depending upon what you're targeting. So if you have a business that has some automatic things like this, where there are city names, or maybe there are product names as an example, or there are certain types of problems or certain types of solutions or certain types of keywords, you can actually feed all of this to Code Interpreter. And it's not 100% automated, but it is darn close. So here's our article that it wrote. Pretty cool. Good, nice, long, highly optimized article. And from here, we can just go on to the next one. Now, go to the next city on the list and write the next blog post. Again, not 100% automated. It is like 95% automated, but in about 10 minutes, I would have 50 blog posts. You need them to be unique and different. And what you'll find is it's even pulling in relevant information about each city and putting it into the content. This is what is incredibly useful for making SEO fast. And again, 50 posts, I'd have it in about 10 minutes. And all I got to do is keep saying next, go to the next, go to the next. So that is how you bulk automate your article production using Code Interpreter and ChatGPT. If you're not yet a member of Pushbutton AI, then what are you doing? So I would like to invite you to a free masterclass. We're going to be covering in detail how to create an entire digital online course, an entire business, in fact, that can be set up 100% using AI. And if you'd like to attend that free masterclass, what you're going to want to do is head over right now to pushbutton.ai/free class. In that class, I'm going to show you how we can help two different kinds of people. Number one, if you've got a business and you want to add training, courses, or information to your existing business as a new profit center, or maybe a way to add value to your customers, then I'm going to show you how to do a detailed 10-module training course, including 50 to 60,000 words of content. Have it set up and built for you by AI. Also, if you're trying to start your first business online and you're looking for a great business model to make some money online, then Pushbutton AI is the right solution. And I'll show you how you can use this amazing tool to build an entire business like that. In a snap, Pushbutton AI will build an entire course for you, create video training, audio training, write your sales page for you, write 30 days of emails for you, create your logo, build your website, set up your shopping cart, set the entire thing up, create a members area so that people can pay you to get access to the course, and you get to charge money and keep all the profits. It's quite easy. You answer 2 questions and you hit a button and it literally does everything for you. A logo, a 30-day email sequence, your sales pages for selling your product. It creates the entire training course that you can charge money for. It installs your website, sets up your hosting, launches your site. It even helps you pick the perfect domain name, all powered by AI. You just literally log in and start up your brand new business. So attend the free masterclass. I'll show you a live demo of how it works. I'll explain the entire business model so you can see exactly how does it work and how do you profit. That's pushbutton.ai/free class. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button. You'll see it down below the video down there somewhere. Hit subscribe, hit the like button. It actually will make sure that you're notified next time that we go live. We release content all throughout the week, by the way, so we have videos on additional strategies and tactics we'll be dropping to you all week long. Check out all of our useful content. Head over to pushbutton.ai/free class if you're not yet a customer. Every paying customer, we're going to be taking today's training. We'll take all the prompts, all the resources, everything that you need to use it, and we're going to put it in your paid members area. So you'll see it in your AI profits course inside your members area. On that note, I'll see you there. Bye for now.